Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Dave here with your Brickin Grandpa. I am just coming to you to talk a little bit about some Lego savings on a couple of sites, specifically Target and Walmart, with a heavy focus on Walmart tonight. So we're starting out with a set from about a Lego Fortnite, which is the Battle Bus. For those of you that play the game, I don't play the game, but I know that there are a lot of kids out there that do, teenagers as well, maybe some adults too. Here you see a pretty good savings on this Fortnite bus from from the series. So you got about $15 off, which is pretty good. I think that's not too bad of a price, especially given the number of characters, minifigs that you get in this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, or 10 minifigures that you get, 954 pieces, plus some bonus digital item that you can download, I guess. Now, this is my local store. There's at least one available, but of course, if it's also available to be delivered. So $15 off, not too bad. Um, Lego is very expensive right now, so to see any savings at all is kind of good. Is this going to come down anymore? I don't know. But this has been this way for at least this whole week. So I've been refreshing just to make sure I give you the latest information. So it could be a pretty good deal. Another buy from Target here is this Lego Creator 3-in-1, the T-Rex dinosaur for kids. Now this one's only $9 off, but based on the price, it's still a 16% savings. And the cool thing about these is you can make them into various different versions. So there's three. You can make the pterodactyl, the T-Rex, and then the whatever this other one is here. I forget what that's called. Anyway, so you have the option to make three different dinosaurs. It's not too big, only for 626 pieces, so not too bad. But this is a great one for kids. Keeps them entertained. And of course, if they get tired of the T-Rex, they can switch it out and do something else, build something else. So I really like these 3-in-1s, especially for kids, gives them options. And at 16% off, that's not too shabby. Another set here from Lego, looking at the Lego City. It's the police station, truck, toy, and helicopter set with 668 pieces. Now, it looks like at my store it's no longer available, not available for delivery. This delivery is local delivery, but it is still available for shipping. So I really like Target is pretty good about their turnaround time. So if you buy it at the beginning of the week, you might get it before the end of the week, and usually there's no charge on shipping. There might be a nominal charge if whatever, depending on the size of the set or the weight of the set. This one is $10 off, so it's about $14 savings. You don't have quite as many minifigures in this one. Looks like there's 2 or 3, but you got 2 vehicles and plus the helicopter and then the whole police station. Again, a nice little play set for kids. A little bit more on the pricey side for the amount of pieces you get. So saving $10 is not a bad deal. Next, we have the Technic Planet, Earth, and Moon in Orbit. So this one's pretty cool, relevant today, especially with the Artemis coming home tomorrow. Actually, today's the night, so they're coming home tomorrow. But they've been in space now for about a week or so. So to pique that interest with space and exploration, this is a really cool set. $9 off, only 12% savings here. And it has 526 pieces. Now, this is a Technic set, so it's a little bit more complicated than perhaps the regular ones like the dinosaur. But, kids in the 8, 9 years old, I'm sure some even younger than that, can probably handle this without any difficulties. But this one also moves. You can see here, right there is a crank down at the bottom. That crank is going to move the Earth around the sun. The moon's going to rotate as well. It's the moon right there. They're all going to move in motion. So it's kind of gives you a good picture of what happens in our little part of the solar system. So I kind of like this one for education purposes. And just gets those creative juices flowing. And especially if you're having a lesson in your homeschooling and you're talking about the Artemis and everything, this is a good demonstration of what our solar system and what, the Earth, Moon, and Sun, how that all kind of ties together. And a little bit of a savings, not a humongous savings, but nonetheless a little bit. Jumping over to Walmart now. Walmart has quite a few this time around, and I'm sorry that this picture is not lining up here, but this is the Helicarrier. Now this is the Marvel Avengers Helicarrier, and it is a set that is on sale for $25 off. So that is a really decent savings, and perhaps the reason that this one is on sale right now is because this one only has 509 pieces, and they're set to release here in a month or so, or maybe sometime this summer, a more intense, bigger helicarrier from the Avengers series, and it's going to be upwards of $300. So this is obviously a lot smaller scale, and perhaps that's why they're trying to clear out some inventory. So at Walmart, again, this is a third party, so you're most likely not going to find this in the store. So this is being sold here by Stuff by Russ. So again, you have to determine what your experiences is with resellers or third-party sellers on the Walmart store and their shipping and all that kind of stuff. But for $25 off, if you're going to build it, not a bad deal. Another set at Walmart is the Batman Tumbler versus Two-Face and the Joker toy building set. And this one has 429 pieces. Again, a smaller set. You're getting about a $12 savings here. Comes with a few minifigures, Joker, Two-Face, Batman, and then of course you got the Batmobile, this Tumbler Batmobile. All right, so not a bad deal. I'm trying to figure out why these are not showing up properly. Let me refresh with. Oh, this one's coming out good. So here, the next one up is the Transformers. This is Bumblebee. Now, I grew up on Transformers, so back in the day. Now I'm not talking about the movies. I'm talking about the cartoons. Okay, so this is pretty neat. I haven't bought any of these Lego Transformers. I'm a little skeptical of the build, and I guess until I get my hands on one and actually put one together and see how it transforms, it just doesn't work in my brain right now. So if you've bought these and you can give me some experience on yours, because I know they have Optimus and they have Bumblebee, maybe one other, I don't know. But again, this one is 950 pieces, so it's a little bit on the bigger side. But you get a $13 savings here, so from $90 down to $77. Not a bad deal. And so, if you're interested in that, in the Transformers series, perhaps this is one that you want to pick up for you or for your kids. All right, the Acclamator. This is a Star Wars Acclamator class assault ship. I love this little set. I do own it. I have built it. This little ship is pretty cool in terms of the build and what you get for the money. Now, 450 pieces originally for $50. When I bought it at the $40 price range, and it's now back on sale again at $40. This, I think, is a buy. I don't know how much longer, how long this kind of sale is going to be there, and how long it's going to go on. So you've got a 20% savings here. I like this ship. It comes with a stand, no minifigures, and it's a relatively easy build. And if you're into Star Wars and you just want to add another one to your collection, this is kind of a fun one to have. You'll have, I think, an enjoyable time making it. And for the fact that it's on a smaller scale than some of the larger ships that they build, it is pretty good. And these come already with, there's no stickers, which is great. And so these already come pre-printed. Those tiles there are pre-printed. So that's a win right there for me. Don't have to worry about that. A really cool build. Next up is the Lego Art Love collectible building set. And I almost picked this one up before um, before Valentine's Day. I decided not to. I've been eyeing this one for a couple of years now. This is the second year I guess I've passed it up. Maybe in the future I will. It's just not at the top of my list. But this one is $16 off, so that's not a bad deal. And it comes with 791 pieces, so not too bad. I really love how they're able to connect these so that they, you have one Lego art piece all together, but you can see that they are four separate letters, and then they're combined or they're attached together in a very unique way. I love that about that. The Star Wars set as well, that just is the word Star Wars is another one that I really like. I do own that one. So that one's also pretty cool. So great, makes a great gift. If you want to sock it away for next Valentine's Day, might not be a bad time to pick it up. Next up we have Stitch from Lego Disney's Lilo and Stitch. And this one is $10 off, so not a huge savings, but a little bit. If you're really into Lilo and Stitch, they were around a few years ago, and I guess they made a little bit of a comeback with 730 pieces. So, hey, you get a lot of pieces here, considering the price tag, even at $60. So not too bad. And obviously, I think the ears move on this one. He's got a little ice cream cone. This is probably a fun play set for kids. So if your kids love Lilo and Stitch, or maybe you loved it as a kid or as a teenager, admit it, you probably did. This may be one you want to pick up with a $10 savings. The Mona Lisa, another art piece. I've really wanted to get this one for a very long time. I still have not bought it. My granddaughter, when she first saw it in the Lego Kids magazine, we get the Christmas magazine that comes out every year, and she had that one circled. I never got it for her because of the $100 price tag. So at $85, $15 off, not a bad deal. I'm also a little skeptical of these sets, but that frame is made of Lego pieces. So that is pretty cool. And if it holds up well enough, if the frame holds up well enough so that you can actually hang it on the wall, that's not a bad deal. And this is listed as an age 18 and older. Listen, my granddaughter, she's 10. She can build this. not a problem. She built Elsa's giant castle, so she could do this one. Some kids are out there. It's got 1,500 pieces, so it is a big build. A bigger build. I won't say it's not like a 5,000 piece build. But for $15 off, might be time to get that 15% savings. Next up, the Icons Blacktron Renegade. I saw this one a few years ago, or when it came out as well. I didn't get the hype. I don't know what this is about. Maybe it's, I don't know, Blacktron is some kind of series or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, it looks pretty cool. Got that the yellow on the cockpit pieces. Those are really cool. Black and yellow, just kind of a pretty standout looking little craft here with 1,151 pieces. So this is gonna keep you busy for a little while. Is listed as an 18 plus. It says gift idea for men and women. Okay, collectible. So it's reimagine the iconic 1980s spaceship. Yeah, I don't know. I was a 1981. I graduated from high school in 1981. I don't remember this, so I don't know what it is. But hey, $24 off, $23.74 off. So for $76.25, that math doesn't add up. Oh yeah, it does. Never mind. I was thinking $100. Hey, pretty good savings there. 24% off. Not bad. So maybe this one's going retiring soon, so maybe it's time to get your hands on that one. All right, another Technic vehicle. This is the Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. This one is a set for kids, so this is from one of the smaller series, even though it does have 732 two pieces. These Technics are really cool. It's really cool what they can do with these Technics. I have the Ford GT. I tell you what, that was the first time I built that, used anything like that. That's the only car I've made. I have another one in my collection, but I haven't built it yet. It was really tricky for me because I wasn't used to the Technic. I'm just used to Lego, and but they are very creative. They put springs in these. They have working motors. I don't know if this one does, but the Ford GT that I have has a working motor, so when the wheels turn, the pistons move. Really pretty cool. So this one is $10 off. So from $60 to $50, not a bad price, I would say. You might be able to get a little cheaper if you wait a little bit longer. Just have to wait and see. Okay, for those of you cat lovers out there, the Legos Ideas Tuxedo Cat. They just recently came out with the Tabby Cat. So this Tuxedo Cat has been out for a little while. So because they've replaced the other one, now you get a $15 off or 15% savings for the Tuxedo. If you were waiting to get this one until the price came down, maybe now is a good time. It is listed again also as an 18 plus. It has 1,700 pieces. So you're getting some from a price per piece ratio, you're getting some decent value there. Even if you don't like cats, you're getting some decent value there. Wish they would do this with a lot more of their sets. So it may be time. If you've been holding off looking at this one and waiting to pick it up, maybe it's time to do that. Next up for you Lord of the Rings fan, this is an interesting one. It's a Lego Icons The Lord of the Rings Balrog Book Nook. And I'm not sure how this worked, but it looks like it's something you can put on a shelf and next to your books or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how it is listed as home or room decor for movie fans. This isn't a pricey one. This is a $130 price tag on it regularly. On sale for $109, so $21 off. But if you like Lord of the Rings, you got some stuff going on here. Looks pretty epic with the fire. Oh, look, you've got, looks like, I don't know if that's Gandalf or who it is. There, 1,201 pieces, but probably is Gandalf there, getting ready to fight him. I'm not sure. Let's see who that is. You shall not pass. Yeah, probably Gandalf. I've watched the Lord of the Rings. I'm not a huge fan of them just because they're such long movies. I get bored pretty quickly seeing the same battles over and over again. Don't hate. All right. But, hey, expensive. But, if you've been waiting for this one to come down, $21 off, maybe now's the time to grab it. Next up is a Harry Potter set. And this is from the Triwizard Tournament. And this is the two houses that come in, one on the boat, or the two tournament teams that come in, some on the boat, some on the ship, right? The arrival. So I love that scene in the movie and how the ship kind of comes out of the water. That's pretty cool. Again, another very expensive set, 1,229 pieces. Probably not one that I'm going to pick up just because I have so many others that have a priority for me. But maybe for you, if you're a big Harry Potter's fan, for $15 off, that's not a huge savings. It's not as big as the Lord of the Ring ones. But so maybe you wait a little bit longer. I'm not sure. And how long this sale will go on. You remember the last time I talked about sales and there was that Star Wars, I think it was the ATTE Walker that was normally $139 or whatever, and it was down to $111. That price is gone now. It's back up to its normal retail price. So sometimes if you wait, you lose. So the saying goes, you snooze, you lose. Sometimes if you wait, that happens. So if you're really into Harry Potter and you want to save $15, maybe now is the time to get this one for you. All right, next up is a F1 Garage and Mercedes, AMG, and Alpine car toys. So this is kind of fun. It gives you, this is a great play set for kids. You've got you got, if you're an F1 fan, collecting these is fun. But this is on a little bit smaller scale. There's only 678 pieces here, but you get 2 cars, you get several minifigures. Looks like 5, 2, 3, 4, 5 minifigures. Not bad. And it's a little steep in the price. $80 normally, $15 off, $15.50 off for $64.49. Okay, maybe a decent savings there, but I think this is a great one that kids will love. Just playing, bringing the cars into the garage, pretending like they're working on them, changing out the tires, getting them on the racetrack, speeding away, etc., etc. Could be a lot of fun for kids. So maybe that's one you want to consider picking up. Next up is a Speed Champion, and this is going to be the Too Fast, Too Furious, which was really hot when it first came out, and it was hard to get copies of it. Now things have kind of settled down. This, along with the Cars Speed Champion, that one was also sold out in a lot of places. Now they're starting to come back. The inventory's starting to pick up. Less of a demand. Here you get $5 off. Not too bad. It's a $20 car. So, I don't know if you can go wrong with $20 off, or with $5 off for a $20 one with one minifigure. Even driving on the right-hand side. How about that? So maybe that's a good time to pick it up for $20. Next up, we've got Marvel Dancing Groot. Says it's for birthday gift for kids from Guardians of the Galaxy. So this one, I guess, dances. Does little, I don't know what he does, a mamba or whatever he may do. I've never been real into Groot, but for a lot of people are. 459 pieces, $36, so $9 off. Not too bad. So could be a good pickup for those who are interested in the Marvel series, and specifically Groot. So go get it if you want it. Next up, we've got a blank page. Oh, botanicals. We're going to hit a couple of botanicals now, because they're really popular. A lot of people really like these botanicals. I've gotten the rose. I've gotten a couple of them, just not real big into them. They are actually, for me, they're cumbersome to build. But maybe it's because I have bigger hands. For those maybe with smaller hands and not too afraid of these small details on these things, these may be really nice. And I really like that you can kind of, I think you can kind of arrange this in different ways. But this one comes with 939 pieces for $47.98. Hey, not bad. Price per piece is pretty good on this one. And they're so colorful. That's one thing about these botanicals, is they are really colorful, and the creativity behind making these is really, really ingenious. So I personally am not a big botanicals fans, but for those of you that are, this is a pretty good deal, I think, if you want to get it for $12 off. All right, another botanical, I believe. Oh yes, orchids. By the way, I actually do have orchids, live orchids, and I've considered getting this set because orchids are so hard to grow and keep alive. They really are. I wouldn't have to worry one bit about these dying on me, because I know that they would stay alive because they're not real. So maybe at some point I'll pick this one up. 608 pieces. The cool thing about this one, it does have a little buildable vase there, so that's kind of neat. And they're always going to be blooming, so that is really cool. And they look pretty realistic. If you've ever seen orchids in real life, they look pretty realistic. Again, the genius behind these botanicals are really cool. So this one is only $10 off, so that's 20% savings actually, so not too bad. So maybe if somebody wants to gift me this one, hey, I'd love to have it. And I can throw out the real ones when they die, because I've got 2 of them right now that are like on death's doors, and I've had 2 other ones that have died, or maybe 3. Next up, another botanicals. This is not really technically a botanical, it's icons. but it's a bonsai tree, so I kind of put it in that same similar category. Um, this is so cool. I mean, check it out. Have you the way they've? I mean, and it's not complicated. You see these pieces, the green pieces here. You see them in a lot of other trees. Like I have the Notre Dame, and well, actually, those are just green single ones. But there are um, a lot of other plants that are built with these particular types of um, arrangement of the trees. They're like 5 or 6 or 7 points on each one of those. Okay. The other cool thing about this one is they got some blossoms, so you can change those out. So you got kind of a two-in-one function, and you've got the white on the background and the blossoms. So it kind of is pretty cool that you can serve two different types of look at two different types of things here. So, you know, let your creative juices flow. So it's going to be a small build. It's only, if you look at the side, that's another thing that's a little bit deceiving about some of these builds. Make sure when you're looking at these builds, you look at the people that are in the builds. Like here you see a man. I think that's a man. And the hands are as big as or bigger than the actual tree. So this isn't a very big build in terms of size. It does have 878 pieces, but it's not a very big build. So if you're expecting, they kind of make these things look really big on their boxes. So if you're expecting something really big, don't be fooled. Always look at the pictures of how they're being handled by the person, right? And if you don't see them on, which most places have them, Target, Walmart, most of these places do have them, they are definitely on the Lego website if they're still actively being sold. $10 off here, a 20% savings, not too bad. Let's see. Oh, another botanicals. This one was, I think, came out last year. The Happy Plants, and they're coming out with a new ones set of Happy Plants. I don't know if they're going to be called Joyful Plants or whatever, but this is cute. They each have their own little vase style thing with the little arms doing this, walk like an Egyptian. Anybody know what that is? Okay. $4 off, not a big savings, but a little bit, and it's just not too expensive. It's a small set. It's not going to take you very long. 217 pieces, really, really small. And again, these are going to be pretty small. That's a kid with those. So, oh, maybe it's not a kid. It's a small human, some kind. All right, another botanical here, the succulents. Now this one looks like they're planted in the pots that maybe you get from the store, so that's kind of cool. And for $10 off, not a bad savings. And you've got 771 pieces on this one, and you've got, I think, a lot of these are just what you might find in maybe out in the deserty section area. Oh, look, and these come you can separate and you can display them as 9 different plants or all together. That's a cool feature. I like that a lot. But since I'm not into botanicals, I probably won't get them. But if you are, maybe that's a good savings for you. And last of all, oops, nothing. That was my homepage on Walmart. Okay, that's everything for this video. Listen, always be scouting, looking for the best deals. I'm trying to do that for me, but I'm also trying to do that for you guys. So if you like what you see here, I really would appreciate you subscribing to the channel and liking the video. Help that algorithm so I can grow this channel. I don't have very many followers yet. I'm hoping to just keep growing it, doing some of this stuff by finding you good deals out there, but also building some sets, not just the new ones, but some of the old ones that have been around for a while. Some that are sealed that I hesitate to open, but hey, if you're not going to open your Lego, what's the point, really? Okay, you could save them and invest them, but are you going to sell them later? Maybe, but why not just open them and build them? That's part of the whole fun of owning Lego. So I appreciate you watching the video. Come back often. I would appreciate it. Share, share with friends, especially. Let's help me grow this channel. I would really appreciate it. Thank you. And as always, you're never too old to build, so go build something today.